Hey everyone, Andrew here, bringing you another video review, and today we're going to be doing Outsiders, The Deep. Take a look at this comic cover right here. Now, Outsiders The Deep is part of the Batman Reborn series. And if you don't know what the Batman Reborn series is, basically it's Batman titles either being relaunched or new Batman titles being launched in the Batman universe after Bruce Wayne's disappearance. These are titles such as Batgirl, Azrael, Batwoman, Gotham Sirens, Batman and Robin, Batman itself. These are the titles that are getting relaunched under the Batman Reborn banner. Outsiders is one of them. Now, Outsiders the Deep is the story that deals with the Outsiders team without Batman. Because you gotta remember, Batman had regained control of the Outsiders team in the previous few trades. It was like good old times back when the Outsiders were first erected. And he was coordinating them and telling them what to do, and it was just great. But there's no Batman anymore. So who's going to lead the team? Or is the team just going to fall apart? Well, you're just going to have to see. The story starts off with Alfred sleeping in his bed. Ooh, kinky, kind of. Anyways, an alarm goes off in Wayne's Manor, and Alfred finds out that Bruce set an alarm to go off if he doesn't punch in a numerical code every X amount of days, which is a failsafe in case he dies. Which is kind of interesting because Batman has gone on many missions before that have taken several days, months even. Why didn't the alarm go off then? Maybe he had a remote control or something. But anyways, basically this alarm goes off and a holographic message comes up for Alfred. And the message tells Alfred, and it is Bruce, and it's kind of a tearjerker, I'm not going to lie, it is a tearjerker. Very touching. He basically says, you've always been there for me, you are my father, I'm going to miss you and everything, and thank you very much, but, we got business to attend to. If you want to help me out on one last request, put your hand on the screen. And of course, Alfred's going to put his hand on the screen. He's Alfred, he's the man. Anyways, he puts his hand on the screen, and Batman basically tells him the true mission of the Outsiders, which really wasn't that much of a secret, but the Outsiders are erected as a team to get what needs to be done no matter what the cost. They're not the Justice League of America where they need to look pretty and good for the press. They are the Outsiders. They are the Black Ops team of the Justice League, basically, for the most part. So Alfred goes around and he re-recruits all the Outsiders. The original members, Black Lightning, Metamorpho, Katana, Geoforce, and Halo, whom Halo I thought was dead, but apparently she showed back up in Infinite Crisis. Okay. In addition to that, he also recruits the Creeper. Interesting choice. And a new Owlman. Don't worry, it's not the Crime Syndicate of America Owlman. This is a good guy Owlman. Kind of badass. And he brings upon a new era of the Outsiders. Now, he basically tells his Outsiders team, if you're going to join this team, you're going to have to disconnect yourself from everyone, your friends, your family, everything. And it's not that hard for the Outsiders because most of them don't have family. And those who do have some kind of predicament, like Black Lightning's daughter's in a coma, so it's not like she's going to miss him. Katana's family's dead, so it's not like they're going to miss her. And so it really doesn't much matter to the Outsiders. So they agree to team up with Alfred and be led by him. So the Outsiders go on various missions in this trade. Among the villains that they go up against are some heavy hitters like Vandal Savage, Ra's al Ghul, Deathstroke the Terminator, and a new group of immortals named the Insiders. Will this Outsiders team succeed? Will they have the synergy that is needed for them to be successful and save the world? Or will their emotions, their egos, and their past get in the way of them needing to get the mission done? Well, you're just going to have to read and see. With that said, let's get into the good, the bad, and whether or not you should get it. Good. I love this Outsiders team. Nothing against Judd Winnick's Outsiders, because I love that team too. Nothing against Chuck Dixon's Outsiders, because I love that stuff too. But when it comes down to it, for me, just me personally, the Outsiders are the original 5. Black Lightning, Metamorpho, Katana, Halo, and Geoforce. Even Halo I want on the team, and I don't really like her that much. But those are the Outsiders. I am so ecstatic that that team is back together. Particularly what I call the big 3, which are Katana, Black Lightning, and Metamorpho, my favorites. But I'm glad they're back on the Outsiders team. In addition to that, we get the Creeper, who's good for comic relief, and I hate to say it, but he actually works for the comic. And also this new Night Owl, who is actually pretty badass. And they're all getting led by Alfred Pennyworth. And let me just say, I love this Outsiders team. It works so well. The comic itself works kind of well, too. I like the whole concept of a Black Ops, military, Justice League kind of thing. That's what the Outsiders always kind of had when Batman around, but this definitely gets a feel because they isolate themselves from everyone. They go up into space. They are that team. And I love it. It just works out great. I also like the fact that they don't hold back with the villains that they go up against. These are some prime villains from the DC Universe. Ra's al Ghul, Vandal Savage, Deathstroke the Terminator. I mean, these are heavy hitters. It's not like they're going up against like the Riddler or Captain Cold or something like that. You know, B-ranking villains. These are heavy hitters, not only for the fans, but also in the DC Universe in general. Last people I would ever want to go up against are like Deathstroke the Terminator and Ra's al Ghul because they will kick the shit out of you. So, you got some heavy hitters in there. They don't hold back with the bad guys. In addition to that, the new Insiders villains are actually kind of cool. It's a cool concept, and I can see them kind of going far with it. The story is solid. It does kind of have multiple parts to it, but you need the parts to introduce the team, and then you need to go into the actual story itself. But the story is solid. It's nothing spectacular, but it holds its own. And the dialogue is pretty good, too. Everyone feels true to form. You have Metamorpho and Creeper cracking jokes. You have Black Lightning being serious, along with Geoforce, or Geoforce being very emotional. And you have all the other characters falling into place, like Katana and Halo. And let me just say, I approve of Halo's new costume. I never liked her 80s costume. It looked like Reading Rainbow on drugs. But her new costume looks pretty badass. It's simple black with like a prism-like belt. It works out. So, the writing, the dialogue, and the characterizations are solid. Bad. To be honest, nothing. There is no outstanding bad. There's nothing that stands out as bad. This is a solid story. Let me just say this is one of my favorite Outsiders stories. So whether or not you should get it is a definite yes. It's a great new era for the Outsiders. The team on its own, the original members, it's just beautiful. I do recommend picking this up if you want to get into Outsiders, or if you're looking to start to get back into Outsiders. Now, if you're just getting into Outsiders, if you're just getting in, what I recommend is you do this. Pick up Showcase Presents Batman and the Outsiders, and then go to Outsiders the Deep. You can skip all Judd Winnick stuff and even Chuck Dixon stuff, although that stuff is really good. If you want the nitty-gritty Outsiders stuff, you can do that. Get Showcase Presents Batman and the Outsiders, and then go into this. But for people that are just fans of the Outsiders and you're reluctant on picking this up for whatever reason, don't. This is good. This is nice. The art is nice. The dialogue's nice. The fighting nice. Oh my god, the fighting is awesome. And it's very gruesome. There's one part where Deathstroke the Terminator cuts someone literally in half. And he walks around with the guy's arm and torso. It's really kind of funny. And it's gruesome too. So, this has everything an Outsiders fan would want. Well, except Batman, but you get the point. This is good, and I highly recommend picking this up. Some of the best stuff that's coming out of the Batman Reborn series. With that said, this is Andrew saying, peace out for now.